this game, Joe. It's this game to teach to you. Get out of here, Joe! Run! Run!
You know, it pains me when a game with so much potential fails to deliver on its promises. I was among many who was really interested to see what Brink had to offer. Brink is unique in many ways. It's definitely a refreshing change from a lot of the military first-person shooters out there. It takes elements from games like Mirror's Edge, which has parkour-styled movement. It has a dual story between two factions fighting over what was once a safe haven gone horribly wrong. It looks unique, taking inspiration for its character models in that bit from Army of Darkness.
Whoa. Wrong book.
And finally, it was to offer a campaign that is essentially always online, up to 16 players, 8 cooperatively and 8 competitively, throughout the entire single-player experience. Tons of potential. Unfortunately, it's an undercooked mess. A game that clearly wasn't finished but pushed out to meet a deadline. It could have been something great had it had been given a few more months. But there is no going back now, so let's see what happened. First, one of the game's biggest advertised points is the parkour movement. Parkour is insanely cool. And it's not even really that hard. I do it all the time. I used to post my best runs on YouTube. Yeah, so I don't know about parkour. And that's a little bit of what it's like to play Brink. It's like doing parkour until you realize you have no idea how to do parkour and you get hurt badly. But instead, you'll find yourself hardly using it. Maybe just to get over a plant or a little curb or two. Brink also, undeniably, is really light on features. There's really just 2 modes of play, campaign and challenges. There's also free play mode, but that's basically online where you just play a few campaign matches as single matches. So really, 2 modes. First off, skip the single player campaign. It's like punishing yourself on purpose. Why? Well, because the AI in the game is broken. Plain and simple. It might not be mind jack levels bad, but it's at least worse than Alpha Protocol. And I think the problem is because Brink requires more from its AI. Having them escort NPCs, having them hack into consoles, having them change classes where it's appropriate, and keep a good balance between the roles. And it utterly fails to do those things. You're brain-dead teammates refuse to help you even take the vital objectives in the game. If I don't switch to the operative class and hack that console, nobody will. Plus, I'll be the only one doing it, and no one will follow me to defend me on the way there or while I'm hacking. I have to take on the entire enemy myself. Oh, they'll run off and worry about the absolutely pointless secondary objectives like the command posts, which is another really odd design choice. Every 3 seconds you got the narrator bitching about the command posts.
They're taking our command post! Stop them, brothers! I've taken the supply command post!
But nobody in their right mind even cares about the command posts. They serve no purpose other than to change your class and refill ammo. You won't need any other command posts besides your base. You'll completely ignore the secondary objectives. He'll really grate on your nerves, and there is no avoiding it.
They've taken a command post! I'm going for the health command post!
It's like worrying about something completely besides the point in a firefight. Ignore the secondary objectives. They mean nothing.
They're taking our command post! Stop them, brothers!
No! They mean nothing!
I've stolen our command post!
Shut up!
Take it back!
I don't care. And they wasted a huge opportunity with the story. They build this really cool arc, this interesting world, with some really fresh vehicles and weapon designs. I was genuinely interested in learning more about it in the mythos here. There aren't any clear bad guys. The arc security and the resistance movement both have legitimate grievances. But there is absolutely no character development. The most you'll get is a 10 to 20 second cutscene at the beginning and ends of each level.
About your family?
My kids? My father provides. He provides a future. That's what I'm doing here.
Look, if I don't make it on the plane, or I do and you don't, it's been an honor.
Let's do our job.
There is no emotional weight behind the story. Where are the civilians in this game? Where is the oppression? Where are the supposed terror acts? Let us see them, and that will drive us to complete a goal with greater purpose. It takes about 7 or 8 hours to beat the campaign, and that's for both sides, which by the way are the same set of story missions, just reversed. So it's really just 8 missions from 2 sides, and a couple what-if scenarios. And then it's usually the worst kind of FPS level. Escort missions for slow as molasses NPCs, or defending an objective in a bottleneck. There's zero originality in these, but they're the backbone of Brink. Odd when Brink is trying to go for originality. Now, allowing anyone online to play through the campaign with you is an incredibly cool feature. And that is if you can even get the game to work right. You know, you can inject all the parkour mechanics you want, all the cool features, but essentially when you come out of the gate, it's like slamming into a concrete wall.
What the fuck? Okay, what? Wait, what the fuck is this? What the? I can't. I just went through the wall. What? Ah! What the hell? This is. Ah!
The lag is unreal, and I don't even think this is lag connectivity issues. This is netcode. The netcode is poor in this game, and something needs to be done right away about it. Now in the other mode, the challenge mode, the questionable design decisions extend to there as well. You must play this mode to unlock the weapons. Fine, when I saw this, great. I also saw there was an option to play this with solo 2, 3, or 4 players. Rockin'. Unfortunately, after hours of playing this mode and exiting, I found out that I unlocked absolutely nothing. That's right, the unlocks only happen if you play in solo mode. But there is no indication of that anywhere. So I wasted my fucking time and I had to redo it all over again. Every single one of those.
Who in hell told you to do this? What were you thinking?
What the f? It's like they are trying to force you to learn teamwork by showing you how crappy the AI is and then punishing you for having done that.
We will have justice in this world or the next.
And the game lacks any information displayed prominently. You don't even know the kill-death ratios. How do you have a competitive game and not display the kills and deaths? Unforgivable. All you will see is who gained the most experience, and even that is buried under a bunch of menus.
Alright, I kicked some ass. Let's see, what did I get? Online bonus 20%. Oh, level 4. Level 4, new outfits, sweet. Audio logs. Lame. Where's the kill-death ratio? What? Well, I guess Hubchich-man did the best.
Okay. And, you know, another thing, the texture pop-in is bad.
Sky's locked.
It's worse than Alpha Protocol, and I gave that game a hard time for it. Oh no, it's worse here. And even when they do load, or seemingly load, the texture is still incredibly low res. The backgrounds look like shit. And I know I'm starting to just bitch here, but I just wanted to show you this. Look at the grenade animations.
Your armor.
Oh no! Everybody stand back. That looked pretty dangerous.
Really? Okay, anyway, thankfully the characters do hold up. The characters look good. They don't seem to suffer from the same texture pop-in. And I really got to start talking about the things that I like. Otherwise, this is going to be completely negative. What I liked about the game boils down to its style and not much else. One thing that Brink does get right is the customization. You can customize practically anything, more so than its competitors. Your appearance, guns, clothing, face, skills, body type, which will affect the way you play the game. The bigger dudes take a lot more hits. The lighter guys are completely worthless, but they can jump off the walls and do wall runnings. Just don't expect a lot of things to be unlocked on your first playthrough though. So you can't really make the character you want right out of the gate. But not to worry, because in Brink, these unlock incredibly fast, perhaps a little too fast. Another thing the game does well, as I talked about before, is the classes. Because certain objectives require certain classes. You're not going to be able to win the game without dynamically switching classes, making sure that your team has that class, communicating. You have to find the right group for those types of games, but when you do, when you communicate, things come together.
We know what must be done.
Ultimately, you really have to search and squeeze the fun out of this game. And when it happens in small, tiny bursts. But they hardly seem worth the effort. Especially when you consider that there are other games, both older and newer, that do these same sorts of escort missions and defense missions much better with more modes. Absolutely frustrating as hell.
You've taken a command post.
Shut up! The final verdict for Brink makes me sad. It's a 5 out of 10. It's mediocre. And it only escapes being worse. It is mediocre because of some of these unique ideas. However, it needed to expand on its story in campaign mode. It needed smarter design choices, maybe taking a few cues from its competitors while creating something new and fresh on its own. And it also needed a few more months of tweaking before it was ready for general consumption. Right now, it feels sloppy, slapped together, and just released to make up the development costs. This is not a $60 game. Too much effort is expended figuring things out, fighting the game design to get into the games, fighting the netcode once you're in the game, getting frustrated with the AI bots when there's not players to help you out, then the lackluster spawn system and the reward system. For what? For ultimately a few escort missions or defend the box missions over a handful of maps? No thank you. Now, in addition to the day one patch, there's another patch that is coming that should help things out. And perhaps because of the state of things, Splash Damage had said that the first DLC is coming and it's going to be completely free. Not only that, but it's going to add new modes and new maps. Now that is a step in the right direction, Splash Damage. But you guys, ultimately I'm going to tell you, wait for the price to come down on this game, because it will. Do that before you pick up the game if you want to try it out. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.